All right. Hello, friends. Miss Amy's. I have the behavior basics video for the week. Okay, so this lesson is on working with others. Okay, so let's see how we can work with others. So remember, when we're doing our behavior basics lesson, we have to get our bodies ready. So let's go over our rules. Okay. Okay, so here are the 5 rules that we need to follow while we're working on our schoolwork, okay? They're very similar to what we talk about in the daily video, okay? So, rule number 1, our mouth is quiet. Rule number 2, our eyes are looking. Rule number 3, my hands and my feet are to myself. And also, my body is still. Okay, so you're keeping your hands and your feet to yourself and you're keeping your body still. Rule number 4, our ears are listening. Yes. And rule number 5, if I have a question, I'm going to raise my hand. Okay, and either mom and dad will answer the question, or Miss Amy or Miss Sarah, one of us will answer the question. You raise your hand when you tell us that you have a question, okay? So those are our rules. Thank you for going over them with me. So here we go, working with others. My teacher helps me learn by giving me work and teaching me. And Miss Amy gives mom and dad the work to give you, and mom and dad are working on teaching you too. So even though Miss Amy's not there, mom and dad are doing what Miss Amy has asked. Okay, so you need to listen to mom and dad like they're teachers, okay? Sometimes my teacher has me work with other students in my class. Sometimes. Sometimes I get to choose who I work with, and sometimes my teacher chooses. It does happen that way, huh? Sometimes you can choose, and sometimes Miss Amy or Miss Sarah chooses. I don't always like who I have to work with. Sometimes this makes me angry. When working with others, it is important to share the work with the people I work with. So you're going to share the work with them because you're doing it as a pair, a group. Sometimes I do not like their work. Sometimes. It's important to talk to them in a calm, nice voice to solve the problem. Yeah. If I need help, I can raise my hand and ask for help. We just talked about that, about how if you have a question or you have an issue, you can raise your hand and one of us will come over and help you, right? My teacher will be proud I worked with others. Yes, Miss Amy will be proud. Okay, that's the end of our story. Now we're going to have our discussion, okay? Miss Amy, remember, is going to ask the questions and you're going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down for yes or no, okay? So let's go to our participation or our discussion questions, okay? All right, so I have our story up. It's all on one page. It's our whole story. I like all the pictures because they help us remember what was on each page, right? And now we're going to do our discussion questions. So, do you like working with others? This one's tricky because it could be different. If you like working with others, you would say yes. If you don't like working with others, you would say no. Miss Amy really likes working with others, so I'm going to say yes. But it's interesting what you might say. There's no right or wrong answer here. Do you like working with others? Yes or no? Okay, number 2. Do you raise your hand for help? There's a right answer on this. Do you raise your hand if you need help or you have a question? Yes, yes, we do. We raise our hand if we need help or we have a question. Yes. Number 3, question number 3. Do you always get to choose who you get to work with? Do you always choose who you get to work with? Nope. Remember, sometimes the teacher chooses, sometimes Miss Amy or Miss Sarah chooses. So you don't always get to choose who you're working with. Sometimes Miss Amy does, right? Yeah. Okay, question number 4. Have you ever worked with others before? Have you ever worked with others before? I'm going to say you probably have. If you were in Miss Amy's classroom last year, then yes, you have. But if you are new to Miss Amy's classroom, then maybe, I'm guessing you probably did when you were at preschool, or you have to work with a brother and a sister at home. So I'm going to say probably yes. And if anything, you have to work with mom and dad at home, right? So you're working with others when you work with mom and dad too. It's a very symbiotic relationship. I know that's a big word. Miss Amy uses big words sometimes. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing that. Okay, question number 5. Can you say no to your partner? When you're working with someone, can you say no to your partner? You really shouldn't. And the reason why is because you want to be a team player and you want to work together. So if you just say no to them, then that just means you're not working with that other person very well, right? You could ask them more questions if you don't understand, or if you have questions, you can get Miss Amy over to ask more. But you really should not say no to your partner. So no, don't say no to your partner. Okay, rule number 6. Are you expected to be polite to the others you are working with? Are you expected to be polite to the others you are working with? Yes. Yes, you are. You are expected to be polite with the others you are working with. Tell you this is very important. Being polite is very important because that also shows that you're a team player and that you're working really hard with somebody. So yes, be polite to those who you're working with. Okay, question number 7. I keep saying rule, but they're questions. Question number 7. Can you make your group do all the work? Can you make your group do all the work? No, you need to do some of the work too. It's a team effort, so everybody does a little bit of it. No, you cannot make the whole group do all of the work. You have to do some of it too. And you share it. You share the work with everybody. Okay? Okay. So what I'm thinking is if you're at home and you're with mom and dad and you're working in a kitchen and you're making dinner or you're making a recipe like a birthday cake, you're working with mom and dad to do it, right? And mom shouldn't do all the work. Mom and dad can help do some of the work and you can help do some of the work. So you're sharing the tasks. So that's one example of how that could happen at home. Okay? Question number 8. Number 8. Can you yell at the other people you're working with? Can you yell at the other people you're working with? No, you cannot. That's just mean. That's not polite. You can't yell at them. You can ask them questions. You can raise your hand and ask them a question. You can disagree politely. Say, I don't think that's right. But you can't just yell at them, okay? So no yelling at your partners. No yelling at mom and dad while you're cooking that recipe. It's not very nice. Do you talk calmly to the voice? Ugh. Do you talk calmly to the group? Do you use your calm voice when you talk to your group? Yes, because that shows people that you are being a team player and you want to work with them, so you talk calmly to them. Yes. Number 10, last one, 10. Will your teacher be proud if you work nicely with others? Do you think Miss Amy will be proud if you work nicely with others? Yeah, Miss Amy is already proud, but especially if you're going to work really nicely with others, because that shows that you have those skills. And that's all that's it's about, is that we're just trying to get you some good skills so that you can really do well in this world. And working with others is part of that. So yes, Miss Amy is going to be very proud of you if you are able to work nicely with others. And all of these questions and all of this story laid out exactly how to do it. Okay? So listen to this video a couple of times and see if you can't really understand what this means. Because when we go back to the classroom and even when you go to work today with mom and dad, you're going to have to use some of these skills, right? Right. So it's been good. I hope you had a wonderful time working on Behavior Basics lesson with me today. I'll see you again soon, okay? Bye.